announcing the public hearing was emailed or faxed to major media contacts and social service agencies on Monday, August 21st, 2018. A notice regarding the public hearing was posted on PSTA's website on Monday, August 21st, 2018. To date, staff has received no written comments from the public concerning the issue.
Okay, first we will hear from PSTA's Chief Financial Officer, Debbie Leas, who will give us a brief presentation on the fiscal year 2018 operating and capital budgets. Then we will have to take two motions tonight. The first to approve the millage rate, and then a second to approve the fiscal year 2018 budget. I will take public comment before we make each of these decisions. Debbie?
Thank you very much. I do have one correction. We made a couple last-minute updates to include items such as the Central Avenue BRT numbers, and the capital budget for next year is going to be 2018, $99,821,567. That's the total budget. Operating portion 74, 181, 177, and the capital budget went up to 25,640,390. So I just wanted to make that clarification since that was a last-minute change that I don't think got posted, for your benefit. So today, while everyone is preparing for Irma, we are preparing financially, and PSTA is required to hold two public hearings, and this is the first public hearing to go over the millage rate as well as the 2018 budget. And as we've talked about before, the 2018 budget is a very positive budget with a surplus of $510,000. We have no change in service, and we're also maintaining the millage rate at the same rate. We have a couple budget highlights for both capital and operating. From the operating side, we are going to be conducting a series of surveys over this coming year for such things as customer satisfaction, community surveys, and employee engagement. We're getting increased funding from a variety of sources, such as first mile, last mile, a large increase in the TD grant funding rate, and implementation of our sandbox grant, which we've talked about before, very unique and one of the few transit agencies in the country to receive that. We're going to have increased funding for employee training, so we have a great investment in our employees, as well as on the more negative side, we had health insurance increases, which we've talked about, but we've been able to come up with some creative solutions on that. And you'll be seeing the start of some new trolley service in the coming year. From the capital side, we are going to be looking at new technology with the Flamingo app. That'll be fully engaged by the end of next summer. We've got other customer amenities, such as new bus shelters, other technology improvements, and of course the opening of the Clearwater Beach Transit Center. The opening was postponed because of Irma, but we're going to try to keep that on track. And last but certainly not least is we're looking to have 18 replacement buses. We've talked about at the last meeting to be able to buy not only 9 buses for this year, but 9 buses for the following year, to be able to save money by placing the order only once, but having delivery spread between the 2 fiscal years. In doing so, we'll minimally save around $343,000. And those replacement buses are going to be the BAE hybrid electric buses. Matter of fact, we have been ordering hybrid electric buses since 2009 consistently. So the action item before you today is to approve the tentative fiscal year 2018 operating and capital budgets along with the tentative millage rate. We will also be holding another hearing on September 20th at 6 p.m. Are there any questions or comments?
Any questions? All right, thank you. Any board discussion? Seeing none, I will take public comment at this point. For any member of the public wishing to comment on fiscal year 2018 millage rate, please fill out a yellow card and give it to Rachel up front. I have one card currently from Mr. Aaron Lee. If you want to come forward, sir. You have a 3-minute time limit. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Aaron Lee. I just moved to the area.
Speak into the mic, please, sir.
Excuse me. My name is Aaron Lee. I just moved to the area from Tennessee, and I'm very pleased with your public transit system. Looking at the budget and reviewing through this and writing your system daily for the last 3 months, I've recognized areas where your survey system will definitely help. I'd like to give some public feedback about temperature. It feels very comfortable in this room. Some buses are very cold. Others are very early or they're very late. And utilizing your website, I've been able to pinpoint and accurately move across the town. It's been very good. But I've witnessed some drivers being too quick or passing through red lights and things of that nature where it offsets your schedules, hence disrupting the schedule of your app or other apps that are integrating with your systems. And it's made it a challenge at times where I've had to shift lines to make it around town. But I'm using this as a social experiment. I have a car, I can drive, but I'm moving here and utilizing the services of the area. I've really been impressed, and I'm happy to hear and be here to be part of this meeting. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate
We
your
mark that
comments.
tape?
Right. Okay. Would you go ahead and read the resolution, please?
Yes, I'm not sure if my mic is on.
There you go.
You got an activator, though.
You have to push the button.
Oh, I've got to do it? Which one? That one?
Press it again.
Okay, there we go.
It's the blind leading the blind, I'm afraid. Resolution number 17-11, a resolution of the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority fixing the tentative millage rate to be levied for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2017 and ending September 30th, 2018, and providing for an effective date. This is reading of Resolution 1711 by title only.
Okay, do I hear a motion to adopt Resolution 17-11?
So moved.
Okay, all right, thank you. Rachel, would you open the voting system, please? Magic.
People that aren't even here are voting.
Did they do it?
Yeah, that's a problem.
I didn't vote.
Nobody voted. Yeah,
And there was,
Those weren't even people that are here, I don't
yeah,
think.
right?
yeah, right,
You knew what I was thinking.
right.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so the vote is 10-2. Motion passes. Thank you very much. The fiscal year 2018 proposed millage rate is .7500. The fiscal year 2018 rollback rate is .7018. The fiscal year 2018 proposed millage rate of .7500 is 6.87%, higher than the rollback rate. PSTA's millage rate limit is .7500. For any member of the public wishing to comment on fiscal year 2017 budget,
Yeah, 2018.
should be 2018, excuse me. Comment on fiscal year 2018 budget, please fill out a blue card and give it to Rachel up front. I have one blue card from Mr. Aaron Lee.
Thank you. Again, my name is Aaron Lee. I did not want to take a lot of time before, but I felt that your overall budget will be improved by the increase in your survey areas, the more comfortable atmosphere on the buses through utilizing the air brakes of your very expensive equipment and keeping it comfortable for those standing outside. There'll be more people actively utilizing the public transit instead of utilizing cars. I know I've really enjoyed it, but I've had to carry a jacket and a few other things that have been inconvenient, where resolved, I would be recommending this to everyone and saying you can save hundreds of dollars a year, thousands if not more, by just riding public transit everywhere in St. Petersburg. So thank you.
Once again, thank you very much for your comment. Would
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution number 17-12, a resolution of the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority adopting the tentative budget for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2017, and ending September 30th, 2018, for carrying on the duties and obligations of the authority and providing for an effective date. This is reading of Resolution 17-12 by title only.
Mr. Chairman, move to approve Resolution 17-12.
Second.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you. There's a, yes,
Yeah,
Commissioner Eggleston.
my apologies, I guess the comments were back there. I thought that was just for the millage part, so I just wanted to make the
Okay,
comment.
go ahead.
That this board has assumed a position of making sure that we look at, again, I'm going to say it again, the fiscal, the environmental, and the social responsibilities of this board, taking into account all of those things. I think that we continue to move away from, certainly the fiscal by the bus purchase package that we're doing, and I would argue that we're probably definitely moving away from social responsibility, because we could put a lot more buses on the road. The gentleman here tonight, you could get more buses out there with the diesel buses, and I would argue perhaps, I know Mr. Compton's not here, he would argue differently, but that from the environmental standpoint, getting more of those old buses off the road would certainly help. So I think we could do that better by putting more diesels out there and replacing the old diesels. So for all three reasons, which we have continued to say, or at least I thought we continued to say that was important, I won't support this. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Any other comments? All right. Rachel, would you please open the voting system, please? Okay, and once again, the vote is 10-2. Thank everyone for voting. And I would just like to announce that our final public hearing to adopt final fiscal year 2018 millage rate and operating/capital budget will be held at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, September 20th, 2018, here at PSTA headquarters, 3201 Shearer Drive, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33716. Due to the impending hurricane, the groundbreaking of our new Clearwater Beach Transit Center has been canceled, but it will be rescheduled at a future date. Are there any other comments? Yes. Go ahead,
Turn me on.
please, Mayor. Oh, turn you on. Okay, here we go. Sorry.
And this is a little bit off topic, but the gentleman that spoke, Aaron, I believe, I don't know if it's okay with the board, but I would be curious, you said you're doing a social experiment? Is it possible if we could, I'd be curious what he's looking at, and very well informed for being 3 months, because you could have some interesting information that we might like. Yeah, come
Great.
on.
Well, our planning chief development officer, Cassandra Borchers, will get that for you, and we'll
Yeah.
have you come in.
Any
Or
ideas?
can you give us an overview kind of what you're looking to do, real quick, if that's okay?
The board, it's up to the board.
Absolutely. I have worked for Metro Contracts in Nashville, Tennessee, and observed the deaf and hard of hearing community in the library, and been an active part of helping recreate that and reissue it into the community. They've worked with schools and area to activate the kids' minds to find the websites, find utilities, find resources. So coming down here to work on projects with an Orlando group, I wanted to take a social experiment to ride the social and the media services that you have. And the bus was that. In Nashville, the bus system is very hard to get around. It'll take you hours. Here, you can get to most places within 20 to 30 minutes. That's real critical. But when your bus lines are sometimes 15 minutes late or 15 minutes early, and they're offset, it's very hard to plan a day. And so what I've been doing is taking notes from when I leave in the morning at 6 to when I come home at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Every bus line I run, the temperature it feels like, the behavior of the drivers, I've been keeping that for about probably 2 months in great detail. So I'd love to be able to share that, and I've called a few times and talked with your customer service, and they've been very helpful, very informative. They've told me, they've shared with me some of the information about the old buses. The temperature control has not been as good as the newer buses. I've witnessed on some of the newer buses, they feel that it's gotten too warm and they've had to turn off the bus for some reason. There's been some interesting observations that I've had riding it every day.
That's great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It was interesting, got my
Yes,
interest.
thank you very much.
Kind of a secret shop.
Okay. All right, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank everyone for attending, and we will see you on the 20th.
If we're still
Be
here.
safe.
6
If
p.m.
we're still here. If the county hasn't floated away.
Okay.
We were
Panicking, huh? No, I texted Brad I was going to be here.
Yeah.
It was like 1 minute late. Excellent.
Just some of the other ones were like champions of it, so we had Bill step in.
to make it easy, but there's a way, where there's a will, there's a way, so there's still a way to get.
Good job.